For a while now, some of my family has been concerned of what I'm doing, what's going on with me. Do I want to stay here in the family? I do see the more I pull away, the more they wonder, why are you pulling away? I do feel isolated.
Yeah, it's mine and Kody's. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary. So he's taking me out to a place that I've never been before, ouch. And I really have to dress up.
20 years is like a landmark, and so we feel like we're going to do something special for it. Better go get ready. She's finally out of the bathroom. So there's this really nice place, it's called Lakai. It's supposed to be like the nicest restaurant in all of Utah. Just saying Lakai and people go, oh, you guys think you're something special. It's a 20-year anniversary, man. Of course I feel special.
Mariah, she's definitely an accomplishment of her 20 years. She's all, what the heck? I always expected to have a bunch of kids, and that didn't happen. You know, I've got Mariah, and she's great. She's awesome. We've had 20 years, you know, just doing everything we could to try and have more kids. You know, it took us 5 years to get Mariah. After that, you know, we tried and tried, and everything checks out normal. All the doctors that I've seen have said, you have something we call unexplained infertility. Whatever that means.
Kiss me.
Kiss you?
Kiss me.
Like right now?
It's our anniversary.
Okay.
I got our passports out for Mexico, too.
I'm looking forward to that.
He's gonna do something really nice for me because I told him he had to.
Yeah. No, I got this one. I've got this one. In spite of the fact we're going to dinner, we're going to Mexico.
I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know, in every marriage, there's ups and downs. And, you know, Kody and I have just had a little bit harder times recently. Adding the, you know, Robin's courtship to it has just put a little bit of strain. And so it's a really good time now to go spend some me and him time, and we're gonna do it in Mexico.
Let's see what we got here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Relationships are complicated. You know, so Meri and I have 20 years, and we struggle to connect sometimes. What else has happened in 20 years?
A lot. Kody and I met Robin at a friend's house one night. I don't know, there was just kind of a connection between us. So as we drove off, I mentioned to Kody, maybe we ought to think about her. It stirs up a lot of emotions that, you know, I've had about my insecurities and my jealousies and my disconnect that I've had with him, you know, and I just needed him to be able to see that and acknowledge that.
And then one special surprise, because I heard it was your anniversary. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Great, thank you. That's cute.
Oh, that is cute.
I don't know, I don't think that he understands me a lot and what I'm going through. And I'm not saying I understand everything that he's going through. It's fun. But I really want him to understand. Any monogamous marriage has ups and downs. Any polygamous marriage has ups and downs. It's just what happens. Fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks.
Kody and I have been married for nearly 22 years. I always wanted to have 8 kids. My mom had 7 kids and his mom had 10 kids. 8 just seemed like a good number to me. We got married in April, and I knew that I didn't want like a honeymoon baby.
I had every intention of telling Kody on Father's Day, which would have been in June, that I was pregnant, and I just thought that would be the coolest thing. Of course, by June, I wasn't pregnant. Then it just kind of kept going on and kept going on. By the time we had been married for about a year, we really started thinking, I don't think this is normal to go so long, you know, without conceiving. We started getting fertility books and reading up on a lot of stuff. I don't know, it just kept going, and eventually, you know, we brought Janelle into the family. When I first found out that Janelle and Kody were expecting Logan, it was real difficult for me. Not only is he just having a baby with his new wife, I'm not able to. I feel like that's when I really started having some of my anger issues. I was very angry. Christine married Kody just the month before Janelle had Logan. Like the month after Christine got married, she got pregnant. That was really hard. That really, I mean, it really kind of compounded it. I got to a place that I'm seeing all the work that Janelle is putting into this new baby. I mean, she couldn't do anything without him. I mean, babies just require a lot. I got to thinking, gosh, I don't know, maybe I'm okay with this. Maybe I'm fine with not having any kids.
When Meri tells me that she's kind of like, you know, I think I'm okay not having a baby, there's two emotions that came out in me. Don't give up. And the other one was, maybe this is what we need to do. We'd been so emotionally invested in having a baby that I was literally convinced we wanted it too much. Well, so now the pressure's off and spontaneous conception, you know? I mean, because the pressure was off and I thought that would happen. Well, guess what? It did happen. Meri has Mariah. Mariah is just the happiest baby I've ever seen.
I completely assumed that after I had Mariah, it would be very easy for me to conceive again. And that just didn't happen. So after years of the roller coaster, we had finally backed off. Mariah was about 12, and you know, I thought, she's old enough. I don't need to worry about having any other kids. We've got these other kids. I had again got to a point where I was okay not having any kids. And I was late again and decided to take another pregnancy test, and it was positive again. We had an appointment at the doctor to hear the heartbeat. And, you know, I was at about 10 weeks and we were so excited. And we went in and they couldn't hear the heartbeat.
And the doctor just said, this is not a viable pregnancy. We're just back to a dark place.
I was so frustrated and so angry. I didn't understand why, after another 12 years of trying, and then it was just taken away from us, and I didn't understand that, and it was really hard. It's 4 years ago this month.
4 years ago. It's 4 years. Wow.
You keep asking me, do I want to have a baby? I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't know how you feel about it. I'm asking you now.
Now, I'll tell you how I feel.
Okay.
Now how I feel is because nature or God have not blessed us with this. And because we're not feeling in our gut to do it, I will always be involved in this child's life, but I feel like because you have to carry it and because it's your body, the responsibility of it lands more on your shoulders. Do you understand that? Do you agree?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
the responsibility to the child isn't any less mine.
No,
But
I
the
understand
responsibility
that.
of the choice becomes more yours. It's more ownership for you because
understand
it's
that.
your body, because it's 9 months with this child, and I'll help all I can. But I don't have a gut on this, like, When I say God and nature doesn't give it to us, then I should have it in my guts just burning me up that I need to do this with you. And it's not.
Well, okay, you asked me one time, yes or no, are you gonna do it or are you gonna not? So I guess I'm asking you, yes or no. Do you want to have another baby with me or do you not?
I would do it if nature just did it. If God just,
Right.
it was just happened. No problem. In fact, absolute, positive,
Yeah.
it would just be absolutely wonderful. But because of the stakes, I'm not burning in my gut to do it. You know what I'm saying? I say no.
Well, if you want, I'd be willing to start doing some tests and just see how it would work. See if the doctors even would think that it would work for me.
So what are you talking about, Tess? Are you talking about
I don't know.
extracting an egg and
No, I
fertilizing
have
an egg
no
and seeing
idea.
how that turns out?
I would have to talk to the doctor and find out what the process even is.
Going and seeing a doctor doesn't change my mind on this. We've got plenty of information to make the decision. So when Meri says, no, let's go talk to a doctor, I'm like, let's sit on this decision for a little bit, because this is how I feel.
At the same time, when you and I are talking right here, I'm trying to check myself to make sure I'm not copping out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, am I copping out? And to be honest with you, I think we sit on that no for a little while before we go gather more information.
Maybe. Let's
I just, right now, I'm thinking no.
I was shocked that he said that, and I felt sad. I mean, it's not like we're not gonna have a happy life, you know? I mean, he and I are just in a different place than he and all his other wives, you know, and I've got to figure out what that place is for me now.
Let's think on this.
Let's think on it as the no, and we stew on that thought. If it's no, do we have any regret? If it's no, do you find yourself waking up in the night in tears over a child that you want to have? That kind of thing. Let's sit on that. Let's sit on the no.
So I got to talk to you about something.
So should I get all serious now because
I'm
you got to talk
nervous
to me about
it,
something?
actually, because I don't know what you're going to think. I got this in the mail today. Don't open it. It's not valid if you open it. These are my official transcripts from Utah Valley University. And it's to give to UNLV because I want to go back to school.
When we were living in Utah, I had started going to college. I ended up working at a residential treatment center for at-risk youth, and I loved it. Loved it. I ended up losing that job because of my lifestyle, because of going public, because of an investigation. So I never went back to college after that.
This is something you're definitely wanting to do. You're not saying, hey, is this a good idea? You've decided, right?
I've decided to do it. I would love your support and your, go ahead.
I'm telling you what, I love the idea that you're wanting to go to college.
Really?
Yeah, there's a million things going through
Kody, I was so nervous that you were gonna not.
Robin's gonna freak out.
I know.
She needs you.
Don't.
I need you.
Do me a favor, don't tell her. I want to tell her.
I think she's gonna have a really hard time with me going back to college because I support her so much and I work so closely with her. I'm afraid she might think that I'm leaving working on the business with her.
I know she'll support you after she gets through the panic mode.
I'm in the panic mode. It's freaking me out a little bit. I know that she knows that I'm thinking about it and that I have this desire, but I think it really scares her that I'm possibly leaving her to do college.
Do you really think Robin's going to have that much of a problem?
She's gonna struggle with it, but you know, the thing is, Kody, I mean, I've been supportive of her with this dream of hers, but it's not my dream. My dream is to go back to school and to get this degree.
You have to just reassure her.
I know it's gonna stress her out.
You know, I just got to say, happy birthday.
I just had an appointment with the lawyer.
Okay.
I was talking to him about getting a legal divorce. Yeah. So that you guys can get married and then try to adopt the kids.
God, I got it.
Are you sure?
It's just something I've been thinking about for a long, long time.
I was shocked. The love and the sacrifice that she's offering up is huge to me. I love that woman. I love her with all my heart. Conversations with Dayton and Aurora and Brianna and Kody usually end up with him expressing he wishes he could adopt them. And the kids have expressed to him they love him and they see him as dad and they want to be his. It kind of has boiled down to that me not being legally married to Kody is a huge wall in the adoption process. So when Meri is offering this up, it's like, well, this is the answer. Is she sure?
The first thing is, Meri, you and I are going to stay married after this divorce. We just continue on like our lives have never changed. That's what it's all about, is adopting the kids. Literally, the legal system is very much stacked against us on being able to adopt the kids. I father these children in every way now. I am dad, and yet there's no way for me to protect that relationship. And so with Meri offering this up, we're actually able to start that process. Here we go. Now I can actually punch. Now I've got my hands free to fight for him. Just the beginning. What do we do?
He's putting all the paperwork together. He's gonna email it to me, and then we just need to go in and sign it, and then you guys can get married. But I do think that we need to let Janelle and Christine know what's going on. I'm a little bit nervous about how Janelle and Christine are gonna take it. I don't want them to feel like, oh gosh, why didn't you ever divorce Kody for my sake? But there wasn't a need to.
All I can say is thanks.
I think that for a while now, some of my family has been concerned of what I'm doing, what's going on with me. Do I want to stay here in the family? I do see the more I pull away, the more they wonder, why are you pulling away? I do feel isolated. And so I started talking to this person online, and we laughed. he was cracking jokes and just making funny comments, and I was making funny comments back. It was like I felt this release, and it just felt really good to laugh. It started out as a friendship, and I loved the friendship. I loved the friendship. We were talking on the phone, and he was expressing love for me and attraction to me. He was saying really, really kind things, very flattering things. And I felt flattered. It was really sweet. And he was making me really start to feel love for who he was portraying himself to be. This is really, really confusing because I was really caring about him too. It was probably one of the most confusing situations I've ever been in, because I'm sitting here married and I'm feeling these other emotions directed toward somebody else. I don't think that there's only one person in the world that somebody could love. It's how you act on it. And I had chosen to not act on it, and I told him that. And he then started really, really pushing the issue. He started expressing these things very early on as we were, starting to talk. And I remember thinking, that's kind of weird, you don't really know me. And I even told him, you don't even know me. And he's like, I know what you look like, I know a lot about you. And
did you want to meet him?
Yeah, I wanted to meet him. I didn't see any problem with meeting him. He never would meet me. And then there was other things that kind of started making me wonder what was going on. There was these little cracks in the story. There were times early on that I was talking to him that I knew that he was just feeding me a line of bullshit. I knew it. And I knew this within the first week of talking to him. And I chose to ignore it because I enjoyed just talking to somebody. Bastard. I've been pulling away from the family because I've been trying to protect them, and I don't know why.
What do you need from us?
Yeah, what do you need from us?
I don't know.
I mean, I love that they're sitting here wanting to support me, but they don't know what's going on. They have no idea how bad it is. They don't know what I brought into the family. So I started figuring this stuff out. I started looking into him or who he said he was, and there was way too many holes, way too many questions that he couldn't answer. And then when I would ask him about it, he would flip out. He would become almost verbally abusive with me. And all this time, he still would never meet me. He used to make comments about his friend who was technologically savvy, that she could do damage. And he would make comments like, you don't ever want to mess with her. I thought I was talking to a man online and on the phone. And I think it wasn't a man. It wasn't a man. I believe that it was a woman pretending to be a man. It was a woman who had been watching me online. And I feel like I have been targeted. I feel like my family has been targeted. I made the conscious decision to start pushing people away because I felt like I needed to protect them. I was afraid of what they could do to the family. The biggest concern that I have through all of this is what my family is gonna think of me and feel about me and what they're gonna want to do with me. Kody's not saying anything. He doesn't know what's going on with me. This is not the time to tell my family. We are having such a good trip. I don't know how to fix this. That's one of the reasons why I'm so confused. I don't know how to fix this. As we were driving up to Montana for Madison's wedding, I had Annie, Christine's mom, in the car with me. And as we were driving past this little town, Parowan, Utah, I started just kind of telling her some stories about the town. My great-great-grandfather settled the town. There was this house there that was a bed and breakfast. It got sold out of the family, and I, for years, have wanted to have that house back in the family. The owner of the bed and breakfast is thinking about selling. So I want to go up and talk to her about it. Sorry. Hello. Annie and I were together when I found out that the owner might be open to selling it. And so, of course, we were having all these fabulous dreams and imaginings of owning this house and how we would run it.
So how long has it been since you've had a really good night's sleep?
Oh my gosh. I think about this all the time. I'm a little bit obsessed. This house that is the bed and breakfast is actually the house that my grandmother grew up in. Hi.
Hey, I am so excited. Welcome to Victoria's.
Hey, Vicky, I'm
No, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. Hi, and I understand you're Annie.
I am Annie.
So Annie and I have kind of been thrown around the idea of me buying the bed and breakfast, and she would live there and just kind of take care of the house and everything. And so we were all just like, yes, let's do this fun little dream.
Come on in. Be my guest.
Yeah, I have a really hard time containing my excitement.
Can I tell you about the house?
Tell me everything you know about it.
Okay.
Yes.
The house was actually built in 1870, and it was built by Charles and Sarah Adams.
Charles and Sarah Adams, they're my great-great-grandparents.
That's them.
The fact that she has those pictures there, I just love. I think that's just so cool. You know, she's kind of honored them by putting their pictures in there, and I just think that's sweet.
Okay, head to the kitchen.
At this point, the only people that know about this discussion is myself and Annie. I have not said anything to any of the other family yet about it. I want to kind of wait and see if it really is a feasible idea and then present it to them and see what they think.
This is a great comfort room. Comfort food. Anybody want a cookie?
I'm just a little bit nervous to tell my family just because I don't know what they're gonna think about it.
So let's go upstairs. There's some fun bedrooms upstairs and some things to talk about.
I don't know if they're gonna support me. I can't move forward with this without their support. So today is the grand opening, and we are launching the website today. So from here on out, we are open for business. This whole process is just, it's got so much emotion attached to it. It just happened at the right time, and the right things, you know, fell into place, and it was really hard, and it was really emotional, and having all the different emotions coming at me.
I just want to be in a safe place where I can say, Meri, if you can buy this and you can afford this, then I want you to do it. But please don't ask us for money to buy it.
I know I can be strong and do things on my own. I've done that a lot, and I don't want to only do that. It was very hard at times, but you know, I just kept going because it was something that I just felt really strong about, and you know, here I am. So basically, the grand opening today is going to consist of a little ceremony, ribbon cutting, the mayor, some other people are going to come, and then I'm just going to open it up for tours, let people just kind of walk through and check it out, see some of the changes that I've made, and eat.
Tourism is a really important part of this community, and we're delighted to see you guys take this and run with it, and the publicity for Parowan is always a positive thing.
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. It was a concern that Kody had about us as a plural family owning this home in southern Utah.
Could be worse. They could have pitchforks and signs that say, ban the polygamists.
They could.
They could, serious.
Well, maybe because this isn't about a polygamous family moving in, it's about bringing business to their little community. They're okay with it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
So last night after you guys all left, Kody and I were just closing up the truck, and the police came, pulled into the cul-de-sac.
What?
And started talking to us because they had a report. I don't know.
They were answering a complaint.
They were
Basically
responding
told me.
to a complaint that had been called
About
to
what?
the neighborhood.
About what?
Evidently us. I don't think that the neighbors are happy with me living there.
There's just people that are opposed to our lifestyle. I cannot believe they called the police rather than what, come talk to us because we're super scary.
Arrest us for living in a neighborhood?
The neighbor came out. Somebody called the cops on us. So
Let's just make
we
friends.
should just
Best
be
thing
friends,
we can do
right?
is just make friends.
So we go out there, and Kody introduces himself.
Hi, I'm Kody Brown, and she goes,
She shakes
and then she takes my hand like this, and then she pulls away, and then Meri puts out her hand.
And I said, hi, I'm Meri. What's your name? And she's like, she would not shake my hand.
What does that mean that we've moved into?
I've got a year lease here, and you know, I'm just gonna hopefully have to be able to win her over, you know, with kindness.
We have not had the inspiration to come to this place and have one bad apple spoil it for us. She's trying to represent the community, but she does not.
All right, go, get him.
I just don't want my kids panicking. I don't want anybody to sit here and believe that we are not safe here. And that's all I've got to say about that. Meri and I haven't seen each other a lot during the COVID, and Meri and I haven't lived together since before we even left Las Vegas.
Here we are celebrating our non-anniversary because we're not a couple, but we're in a family. And so like, what are we and what are we celebrating? It's just a funny situation, that's all.
True. Is it funny or is it just odd?
It's not funny, haha. Kody and I have always had kind of a up and down relationship, but we've always kind of come back together. And it's kind of weird over the last 5, 6, 7 years, we really haven't come back together. He knows that I want to really move forward with our relationship. And I know where he stands, which is we're just gonna take this really, 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 really slow. Today's our anniversary. You and I have not been out together since last year's anniversary, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's an indicator that we're really not in a place where it matters that much. Are you brokenhearted by that? Is it troubling you?
I'm trying to help Meri determine if she has a spark or if she's just lonely for anything. Instead of trying to make believe that our world is different, I want us to be honest about where we're at.
And if we really wanted to go out more, we would. If we really wanted to do more together, we would.
Meri and I had problems like this long before Janelle even came into the family. But the catfishing thing was what really woke us up to the state of our situation. And we went a couple of years, a lot of counseling, figuring things out. And as we went through this process, I'm looking for a spark, something to initiate some form of desire for a relationship with each other. And in this time, it has never manifested.
I think we miss the idea of us, we don't miss each other.
Speak for yourself.
Listen, I don't want to tell her where we're at. This is a relationship between us. We have to agree what we're going to do from here on and where we're at right now.
I do have a strong draw to you, but I do not act on that because I know how you feel. He has said to me, you just need to make it known. You need to flirt with me. You need to, whatever. And so I try those things and he backs off more. So I back off more. It's like, oh, that didn't work. That was uncomfortable, But at the same time, I want to keep putting myself out there because this is what I want. I'm not giving up. I'm not walking away. I can't make you care for me. I can't change that.
You want to be with me, but I'm going to start with one thing I see that you're not doing. Now, I'm just as guilty, but I'm not missing this relationship.
I know you aren't.
But you're not courting me to that relationship.
I didn't know I was supposed to court you.
I'm not suggesting that Meri chase me. In fact, that could be off-putting. But there has to be more magic in this than what we have. She's not making any effort. I'm not making any effort. Where do you think that puts us?
I've been waiting for you, honestly.
And I'm not coming.
I know that.
You have not made an effort in this, and you're the one that wants it.
She wants to be loved romantically. Then there has to be a spark for that. And then she'll get from that, she will receive romance, love, and a full marriage and sexual relationship.
There's a lack of real interest.
Not on my part. I will ask him to come over. Hey, come over, let's go do something. Or, hey, let's go on a walk. Or, hey, let's go to dinner. He says no. When I ask, he says no. But if you're sitting here telling me that you have no interest and that's why we haven't gone out anywhere and that's why we haven't done anything, then you have no interest. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
So my discussion with Meri right now isn't about me telling Meri that she has to have a divorce with me, that she has to leave. I'm not doing that. I will never do that. My faith doesn't allow me to. My conscience doesn't allow me to. And because I haven't done that, there is always a chance that we might actually get back together into full fellowship.
Do you know that every time you put your hand on my hand, how I feel? I just wish you knew. I'm not a quitter. I know where I want to be. It's not how I want it to be right now. As hard as it is, some of these things that he's saying to me today are not easy to hear, but I feel like I want to respect him enough to be able to just hear what he has to say. I mean, I know you loved me, Kody. I know you did. You wouldn't have treated me like the way that you did had you not loved me.
Okay.
You know, and so
I don't disagree, but I don't treat people cruelly.
I don't either.
Ever. I would have, you know, so.
I don't treat people cruelly.
I'm sitting here with Meri going, I'm finally out of the anger phase. I'm finally out of the bitterness. Now, how are we going to do this right? And Meri's like, well, you're going to have to love me. And I'm like, yeah, well, be lovable.
So I am on my way up to my mom's house. She got sick about a week ago. I found out that she had been having a heart attack for a few days. She's coding and they're working on her, and I have 5 hours to get there. It's going to take me 5 hours to drive there. Mom has been in the hospital for 2 days. They've been working on her and taking care of her. Yeah, now it's not looking good, so I've got to run up there. It's not something I'm ready for. She's only 76. It was about an hour after I was on my way that I got the call. I just got a call from my sister that we lost my mom. I don't even know. I don't even know how to do this. This is just so unexpected and so quick. It just happened so fast. Because this is not supposed to happen this way. My mom was the most giving person that I ever knew. She was an amazing person. My mom was my dad's first wife. You know, like any plural marriage, things are not easy, you know. Over the years, a couple of the wives had left, you know, and there was separations in our family, and that was really hard for my mom. She wanted to grow old with her sister wives, and she didn't have that. Like, I am so sad, and I just don't even know what to do, and like, I don't even know. Like, Mariah was here all day. Mariah and Audrey had come down, and they hung out all day. It was really good to have them here, and so there's been a lot of tears going on here today. I don't know what to do. Like, at this point, I don't know what the rest of my life is going to look like. I don't know about the B&B, you know. There's just a lot that I don't know that I'm going to have to figure out because she's just always been there. Yeah, I'm going to miss her a lot. Like, in the past year since Mom passed, I am spending a lot of time on the road, and I'm not able to focus on one or the other as much as I need to, so I need to put them in the same place.
I wonder if I'm supposed to be reading between the lines here. I can't tell if she's saying, hey, I'm going to move my business to the B&B. So I go, no, Meri, please don't. Stay here. Because I don't see her that often. But I'm not trying to act like we're getting back into this marriage full-fledged. I'm not trying to do that. I think I see the writing on the wall. I'm literally waiting for her to catch up. Are you going to leave the clothes on the racks when you move them?
Probably not.
Probably not, okay.
They won't move very well on the racks.
I just know that you'd done that before, that you used to haul them in the trailer on the racks.
The racks wouldn't roll in. I wanted to. I thought that was a great idea. But
I remember having them in there, in that trailer, but it's just a couple of racks. And I remember somebody coming up to me at one of your cells And I was closing the door, and she said, and I grabbed, I had him in my hand. She finally goes, I'm just gonna buy him.
It's funny, I don't remember that
That was
at
at
all.
Rodworks in Las Vegas.
See, this is why I wonder if there's still something there. He's talking about something that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't know, you just don't remember that stuff if they're not somebody important in your life.
It freaked me out. Oh, so I was stressed out about it because I was worried.
Oh.
We'll just have to make sure that we're scheduling.
Yep. He's scowling at you.
Scheduling, what are you?
Like, in order for us to see each other.
Yeah. Robin and Meri are still talking about this relationship that the three of us have, like we're a family. And what I'm gathering from what Robin is saying is like, well, you got to be around because this is your wife. And I'm like, man, I just don't need that kind of pressure from you.
You know, there's a lot that's been going down with our family. And it's been very frustrating to watch. It's all of them doing it. It's Kody with Christine and Kody with Janelle. And I have no say and I have no influence whatsoever. And it's like Meri's here and she's still trying to hang on. And I just feel like there's just so little left. And I'm like trying to show her that there's still some hope. And Kody is not helping me with that.
I sit here feeling like it's ridiculous to stay in a duty-bound marriage. All kinds of
I don't
other
think
things.
it's fair to either of us.
In so many ways, this moment is just about what we each want. And those aren't the same things.
The hardest thing is accepting that it's not going to go back to a place that works for what you're looking for.
I don't like that he's putting all this on me. And he's also not owning that he just doesn't have the interest. He said it to me in private, but he's still not saying it here. Doesn't mean I'm not mad at you for not giving me what we promised each other.
I walked away because I just couldn't handle the conversation and the direction it was going. Maybe if I'm there, I can stop him from finalizing it. And maybe if I'm there, then I can sort of say, well, let's not make any decisions today.
Sorry I left.
You don't have to be sorry I left.
Really painful, I know.
And I want to be supportive, so. I don't know, I feel like we just had a breakup conversation.
I'm glad we've gone this long so that we can be friends in the departure.
Are you even accepting that?
What else am I supposed to do with it, Robin?
You've been doing a certain thing for a long time.
I know I have.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force somebody to be with me who doesn't want to be with me. I'm not gonna make somebody act how they don't want to act.
Yeah, I get that. I do, but.
And that's not fair.
Oh, the
And
act
it's-
is easy. The act is easy.
The act is obvious.
Is it really that obvious?
The act is
Yes.
easy? What's the act? What are you saying?
Just performing my duty as a husband.
And I am not going to be a duty.
And it wasn't an act, it was performance. It was performance. It was doing what I was supposed to. I'm sorry to call it an act.
Nobody wants to be that. And I've experienced it, and it's not fun. Why is he saying that he's willing to keep acting when he clearly hasn't been for 8 or 10 years? And also, I wouldn't want him to do that.
I've wanted to heal our relationship and even create a new relationship, but I've never insisted on it. I know that you don't feel or consider yourself married to me. Listen, it's not gonna change what our relationship, ours, has been for years. Nothing's gonna change.
Do you promise?
My intention.
I was hanging on with you.
And I think now you need to let go. It's not fair to either of us.
I know.
It's not fair for me to be alone like I have been for years. And it's not fair for him to feel like he has to do a duty.
This isn't what I want.
It's not what I want either, Robin. It's not what I want.
It's not what I wanted either.
Robin came into our family specifically because she intended to live plural marriage. This appears to be the end of our plural marriage.
I don't think that mine and Robin's relationship will be too much different than what it's been. And also, I need to figure out how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife.
This is goodbye. It was a negotiation that was long overdue. I mean, it's been maybe a wasted 7 years for Meri. I have no idea. But we've agreed now, and I hope she finds peace.